It's the Slapz.
We gon' hit you with
And Trapz Radio Podcast.
Let's get it.
Powered by the Slap God, C. Austin, the DJ.
What up, dog? The Slap Guys in the motherfucking building. Got my niggas in this motherfucker. United. Cean Murq, what's the deal, fellas? Welcome to Slapz and Trapz Radio.
What up, dog?
Live from the motherfucking Slap Factory. Yeah, so check this out, man. I'm glad I got you niggas here, man. I had some shit on my mind. I want to talk to y'all about the current state of Detroit hip-hop right now. You know what I'm saying? Just to get y'all overall opinions. Now, Murq, we got a chance to chop it up not too long ago. You gave me your perspective, you know what I'm saying? But what I didn't get was your perspective, G United. So just overall, who would you say is some of your favorite rappers from Detroit of all time, and how do you feel about the current state of hip-hop right now?
In Detroit?
In Detroit, just period, in Detroit. Let me rephrase that, in Detroit.
Who is my all-time favorite rappers in Detroit?
Yeah, some of them, don't gotta be all.
I'm gonna have to say right now, Street Lord Wine, that nigga Los from Raw Collection. I like Eastside Egg Roll. And everybody, this guy right here, y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying? But I say the top 3, top 4 is the people I name.
Okay. Now, speaking of that, now I know y'all all been aware there's been a lot of crazy shit going on in the city with all these artists beefing with each other. Now, we're not gonna say no names or put nobody on blast or be disrespectful in no type of way. But what I do want to know, G United and Murq, you can chime in if you want, is just how do y'all feel about people tearing people down publicly on these platforms?
I don't like it. And, you know, especially if the person who tearing down have no stake in hip hop. They just really on some other street shit trying to trick niggas out their position. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it deserved no response. If if somebody's saying something and they have no type of, all they can talk about is how they might have did something. It might be speculated they did something or whatever, but they ain't been a part of no history of hip hop. No known history of hip hop. They don't really have a right to say nothing, and shame on anybody that respond to that bullshit.
And what if they have been a part of hip hop and put
That's
niggas
a good
on?
question.
You know
If they have, I still don't. I feel like nobody should publicly, especially Detroit on Detroit, nobody should still publicly say anything. I think it should be a conversation. That's the difference between animals and humans. Humans can have conversations. Animals, you know, they don't gotta have conversations. They just know how to do some guerrilla shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody is mature enough in hip hop to have a conversation.
What do you feel we need to do as a city moving forward to prosper? You know what I'm saying? And to be taken serious. Obviously, we got the limelight on us right now, but with all the silly shit and a lot of these artists beefing back and forth with each other, I feel like it's gonna come and go. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What y'all think we need to do in order to move forward and be taken serious in this rap game? Is it work ethic? Is it cut out the silly shit? You know what I mean? Everybody don't have to get along with each other, but we gotta be able to coexist in some of these spots. You know what I'm saying? Like Rolling Loud when a book these niggas right now, this nigga beefing with that nigga, that shit hurt the city. Niggas don't be looking at. And these promoting niggas don't want to book you because it's insurance risk. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm gonna just say like I really firmly believe like, bro, like it's more than one type of influence to listen to. Like if a nigga asks me who my favorite Detroit rapper is, I'm gonna say Payroll, right? And the reason I feel like that is because that was one of the most glorious parts of my life. I didn't have a nigga, I didn't have an uncle or cousin or anybody to put it to me in that type of way. But I jumped off the porch, right? But I think I'm gonna tell you like this, like that's my opinion, but as a city, for us to move forward, I think we need to release a lot of other different type of genres, because Detroit got more to offer than just like, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of street shit, dope dealing shit and shit like that. Like Detroit music run deep. I think a lot of shit right now getting blocked and put to the side because people want to glorify the life we used to live and shit like that. But ultimately, this an art form, and art deserves recognition, especially when it's beautiful. And right here in Detroit, we got that. We got everything. We got dancers, we got beat makers, we got
it all.
poetry, we got everything. But when it comes to this music, we also have more to offer than just niggas drinking lean, popping pills, selling dope and shit like that. Like, we got more to offer than that. You hearing that from us because that's just how the fuck we live, but you know what I'm saying, there's more to us than that. And just to break into this, we need to, you know what I'm saying, start releasing more of a genre. We got R&B singers out here, we got a lot of other shit, comedians, and a lot of other shit. So I really think like people need to really open up to what we're doing here in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really bigger than what you think.
Now, G Unitas, let me ask you this: how you feel about all this tension between the younger generation and our generation? You know, the young niggas always talking about, man, the old niggas don't fuck with us, or nobody put us on, we had to make our own way, or even if a nigga did help them, they feel like the OGs is always trying to hog the limelight and piggyback off the young niggas' success right now. It's fair to say right now that the young niggas got the city popping. You know what I'm
saying? Young niggas everywhere got this.
But it's like, we're not gonna front like it wasn't no niggas that came before them neither. It was some beasts out here. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to get your opinion about what you think about shit.
My solution to that is we need more platforms that's dedicated to mature rap. Everybody ain't in the clubs, everybody ain't doing drugs or selling drugs. We got some niggas that they still might be hustling, but they ain't going to the club. They don't want to hear that shit. You know, you got lawyers now that listen to hip hop. You got plumbers now that listen to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to every time have to go back to 90s hip hop. So the solution is to create a platform that 35 and plus niggas that listen to hip hop can listen to. They can turn it on, and it might be a new nigga that's 40-something years old, but they can rap.
The thing is, but
he ain't rapping about this nigga ain't rapping about getting blowed, cause he 40-something fucking years old. He rapping about shit he doing at 40-something fucking years old.
But the real question is, do you think the higher powers that be are trying to blackball it?
No, I don't, because Detroit. One second, Detroit. Like one thing you gotta love about Detroit, as far as T Grizzly, to me, in my opinion, T Grizzly, Sada Baby, 42 Dub, Young Peasy, them niggas created their own fucking lane. Nobody had faith in they flow or really nothing. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, a lot of these young niggas is rapping like them niggas, like Detroit niggas now. They rapping on the same cadence.
The whole game sound like Detroit niggas right now, as far as the young niggas.
So look, T Grizzly, I'll say him.
And they jacking our beats.
And a few other niggas, them niggas created their own lane. So if they can do it, we can create our own lane. 35 and up, or just mature hip hop, period, man. I can't jump all around, dog. I'm 50 years old. I can't jump all around and be around a whole bunch of people I don't know.
So would you fuck with a nigga that was 18, 19, 20, 21 if his shit was dope? Hear what I'm saying? If his shit was dope, like mature rap, he was just a nigga like ahead of his time.
No, he'll still be behind my time. You feel me? I'm 50. It's nothing I don't care how sweet an 18 years, nothing he can say that the average 50-year-old motherfucker gonna be related. It's relatable. You feel me? Now I might say, okay, this dude can rap. I'm not gonna be blind to talent.
Right.
But at the same time, there's no platform on YouTube, on the radio station, on internet radio, that I can just turn to and say, these niggas ain't talking about going to the clubs, but it's still a commercial song.
Still good music.
It's still good music, but they ain't talking, and it ain't 90s music. It's some new shit from some mature motherfuckers, and maturity takes time. So that's just my opinion. We need our own platform.
So what do you say to the motherfucker that asks you, what do you consider mature?
What do you mean?
Like, motherfuckers say, you say mature music, you hear the credit to mature crowd. What's considered mature music? Is it because a motherfucker is older, or is it just because the music is mature?
It's both. It's the content. It's the content. Finger Man got a verse on the song we got called Hide in the Hole. And he talk about how he had a wife for 13 years. That's maturity. A 20-year-old can't relate to that. I mean, you got exceptions to the rule all the time. So I'm not gonna say every 20-year-old can't relate to that. But a 35-year-old can't relate to it.
Can.
Yeah, a 35-year-old can say, damn, that's some deep shit for a nigga to have a wife for 13 years. You know what I'm saying? So, and to say that in the rap. So nowadays, you're not gonna hear even a phenomenon rapper that's younger talk about how he got a wife. You're just not gonna hear it.
Right.
For that much, especially for that much time, because they ain't been breathing on the mic that goddamn long.
But tell me about G-Unitas, man. What you got going on, man? Tell me about what's current as far as the music. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with the Cyber Kings?
I got an album
coming out. What's going on with G-Unitas, the man, as a whole? You know what I'm saying?
Covenant of Kings coming out pretty soon. I ain't got no release date, but that's what I'm working on. I've been chilling, man. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me about this great MC sitting next to you, man. Cean Murq, aka Cean Murq.
One of the dopest artists. He remind me of like a Detroit Jadakiss at this point in his career. Whatever he get on, it's gonna be phenomenal, especially if the beat is phenomenal. I'm blessed to be in a situation to where I got access. You know what I'm saying? And I could do music with this nigga. We work right now. We working on the song in particular, on the album right now. Shout out to that nigga Los.
What up, dog? Los, Raw Collection. Tell me about how y'all hooked up, man.
Well, that nigga, you talking about me and Murq?
Yeah, you and Murq.
Me and AD, that's one of my best friends. Shout out to AD. He locked up now. He'll be out real soon.
Free AD.
And
we love
AD love music. You know what I'm saying? And back in the day, in the 90s, because that's when I met Murq, right? About in the 90s, right?
Yeah, because we was in high school, bro. We was like goddamn 9th grade.
I met this nigga
a long time ago, bro.
And every time, you know what's crazy, in Murq's rap, he'll always talk about a gun in his rap that I had. But it'd be like a classic gun, like a Parabellum 9. He had this one song about his Parabellum 9. And I had a Parabellum 9. And even nowadays, he'll be talking about shit like a Kimber 4.5.
I told that nigga that shit when I interviewed him, man.
Rob Church's chicken, dog. But I had a Kimber 4.5, dog. He stole the kid. He could have just sold the Kimber 4.5, dog.
The thing about a Kimber is like,
shout out to Shorty Rock.
The thing about a Kimber
Shorty Rock
is like, it's not what you gonna expect when you fucking with a hood nigga. You feel what I'm saying? But the thing about it, I'm gonna give you the honest equation on what a Kimber is cut out of a solid block of iron. That one gun is all cut out of the same piece of iron, right? Mm-hmm. And the Kimber is pretty much like when you look at like a Parabellum, which is a beautiful weapon, beautiful. Because that's what I first said. Like my thing about pistols and why I love pistols so much, because when you lift a nigga, a pistol is a beautiful thing to have because it could be like a rifle, you feel me, or it could be like a boxing glove. You understand what I'm saying? And that Parabellum, if you lift a nigga, once you get done, you can take it apart and it's done with. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell
Murq
you,
say that shit that make you think. I told that nigga that shit when I
but I'm gonna tell you about
he
that.
got that clever wordplay.
I'm gonna tell you about that 9/11. This is why, like, now my first 9/11 I got from a Marine. It was military issue 9/11. It was blue steel. Well, it was blue. It was iron, but it was blue. But this bitch was so beautiful. Now the gun is perfectly balanced, right? Now what you would equate as a parabellum would be like a fully modified Corvette Z06. That's like what a parabellum is, right? But the Kimber 911 is like a Rolls Royce. It's like a Rolls Royce. It's like if you're gonna assassinate a nigga, it's nothing better. It's like a blessing. It's like how the Japanese niggas do when they hit you with the katana, nigga. It's a blessing to get killed by a certain weapon, bro. You dig what I'm saying? Nigga get out here, get popped with 22, just some little shit under his mama mattress or some shit. Like, nah, nigga hit me with a fucking $1,100 gun, bro. You dig what I'm saying? And then, not only that, your shit, the shit I'm fucking with military issues, so you can't even get it on the street. So you feel what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit we talking about. Like, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm sorry. I love guns, though.
Yeah, it's all real. It's the Slapz and Trapz show, man. You can be real on this show, nigga.
But that Kimber,
this ain't that.
When you fucking with that Kimber, that's different. Mind. Everybody
look, I had a Kimber 4.5 with a wood grain handle.
Yeah. Vicious.
This nigga goddamn church and shit, he got convicted of it, so I ain't saying nothing. That ain't public record.
But moving forward, man.
Church's chicken, fam. They probably got, I don't know, $300 total for the whole day. As cheap as they sell chicken in that motherfucker.
Moving forward, man. G9 for those who don't know, I know, but for those who don't know, tell the people, man, your position in this game. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much what you do as far as working with these artists and just making your stamp. And
I do management. You know what I'm saying? I do management. And what I basically do is I A&R my own shit. Like the music that I put out, I A&R it myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about 90% management and 10% A&R. And if you don't know A&R, it's artist repertoire. So I bring the right producers with the right artists together and kind of orchestrate, because everybody is like a different instrument. So I kind of collaborate different people. Kind of like DJ Khaled, but I'm cooler. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody like that.
Okay. That's what's up. Now tell me about your upbringing, man. Detroit, Michigan, born and raised. 6 Mile. Mumford, baby.
Born and raised in Detroit. Not just Mumford. I went to about 10 different high schools. I started off at Redford. I went to military school. I went to St. Mary's at Orchard Lake boarding, which, if you don't know, it's a boarding schools. Went to Mumford. Then I went to adult ed, Berkeley Adult Ed. That's where I graduated from.
That's what's up.
Grew up on 6 Mile, Livernois, but I'm not a 6 Mile nigga. I just been a hustler all my life. I ain't like my boy Rick is saying, I ain't really a street nigga, but I'm like a nerd. I read a lot. I read books. I wear glasses. You feel me? I'm a nerd.
That made you want to jump into music?
My father, when I was little, that I can remember, on the weekends he'd smoke a lot of weed. And did y'all got some blunts, man? I got some weed, dog. We gotta roll up, fam.
Yeah.
So how I got into music was, my father smoked a lot of weed on the weekends, and he had this room, before he had, a whole bunch of other kids, he had this room he called the Spiffy Room. And him and his homeboys would get together. This is like before rap was even out like that, not at least in Detroit. And him and his boys, they'd all be high as hell, and they'd be listening to shit like Chariots of Fire. I don't know if you ever watched that movie, but it got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, instrumentals and shit like that. And they had a whole album of shit, Star Wars. And they'd be high as hell listening to that shit, and you know, subconsciously, I be hearing that shit too. So when I started listening to rap music, I started doing the same shit. And that's how I got into music. You know what I'm saying? I started off listening to Run DMC. I ain't really getting into Curtis Blow.
I was just about to ask you, what was the first rap shit you heard?
Run DMC, like, man. That was, I might have heard Curtis Blow, but to me it sounded like a gimmick. Like Kurt, you know, hoo, ha, hippity, hop. You feel me?
Basic.
Yeah, it was basic. Run DMC made that shit cool. And then they was dressing like niggas I was seeing dressing. Adidas, Levi's, shit like that. It was niggas around in Detroit dressed the same way.
Mm-hmm. What do you think the Midwest needs to do to take over this rap shit? Even if we don't take over it, just make more of a, make a statement. Because I mean, Bone did their thing, Twister did their thing, couple niggas here and there, you know. But overall, I don't think the Midwest ever really got its full recognition.
We gotta.
What I'm saying?
As far as Detroit, I can speak on Detroit. Detroit has to promote lyricism instead of, you know, we got two forms of rap here. We got hustlers. You know, like I said, shout out to Peasy and T Grizzly. Them niggas is like hustling rap though. You know what I'm saying? They're not lyricists. And I think anybody will tell you that. So in Detroit, we have to promote lyricism. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking about, just because you're a real nigga, that don't mean you can rap. I mean, it go good with it, but being a real nigga don't mean you can rap. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the fact. Now, you can make it work and you can make money off of it, but 100 years from now, nobody gonna know who the fuck you is. You made money, but you ain't make history. You feel me? So I think we gotta concentrate on that type of shit. We gotta concentrate and promote lyricism, niggas that's really nice on the mic, instead of promoting how much money a nigga got. Fuck how much, I ain't no bitch. I ain't no female. Grown ass men don't give a fuck about how much another grown ass man making.
Give me some examples of some niggas you would say is nice on the mic from Detroit right now and from back then. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so besides the niggas that I deal with on a regular basis, I want to exclude them niggas. Nice on the mic, I want to say, first of all, shout out to Juan, nice on the mic. Yeah. Royce the 5'9", nice on the mic. Stretch Money, nice on the mic. Marv 1, nice on the mic.
Quest McCauley, yep, nice on the mic. Oh, my man name, man.
Bizarre, I like Bizarre. Bizarre, nice on the mic. That nigga Los from the Raw Collection, yeah, nice on the mic.
Los for sure. Cean Murq.
Well, I'm saying I'm excluding all the niggas that I, I deal with on a regular basis.
Say that.
So I had to exclude Los out of that shit too. But
how you feel about the current state of Detroit right now? You
horrible.
Like this young shit? You don't like it?
That's horrible, man. It's horrible. You got a few niggas stepping their game up. Payroll Giovanni, he stepping his flow up. Vezo stepping his flow up. The rest of them niggas is just making money off of rap, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? My bad if I miss you, but the rest of these niggas just hustlers, and I gotta respect it at the end of the day.
So what do you say to the nigga that say what's wrong with that?
It ain't nothing wrong with it. Get your money. Nothing wrong with it. Get your motherfucking money. However you gotta do it, as long as it's honorable.
Now tell me about this Covenant of King projects, man. I've been hearing a lot about it. I'm honored to be a part of it myself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's mostly 35 and up rappers on there. That's number one. There's nobody on that album that's under 35. A big part of Detroit, I don't think, besides maybe Castro, a big part of Detroit is only on the album. You know what I'm saying? It's mostly Detroit niggas. Phantom Beast do got some production on there. He from the Bay Area.
Shout out Phantom Beast. Bay Area. What up, though? R.I.P. Jack, nigga.
For sure. it's gonna be one of the dopest albums Detroit has ever produced. Trust me on that. Shout out to that nigga Art. He doing all the mixing to that shit.
Art Force.
Yep.
By the way, if you don't know who Art Force is, that's where the great Street Lords started off at. Getting they shit mixed and mastered by Art Force. And he made a lot of their beats too, but you ain't gotta check my word for it. Just go watch that G-Rock interview. Shout out Art Force. What up though, G-Rock? R.I.P. Blade.
R.I.P. Blade.
I'm also doing, speaking of G-Rock, I'm doing a album called The Oldest Freshman. And it's gonna be mainly 35 and up artists from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Showing what they can do. Because you shout out to Mac Nichols, man. He really inspired me to really push the issue and to be more specific. You know what I'm saying? Nigga come out with a video.
consistent than a motherfucker. You know, every year he drop at least 4 or 5 tapes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he do his thing, man. So shout out to that nigga. And I'm gonna do an album called. It's gonna be a mixtape called The Oldest Freshman. So I plan on working with Mac
mixtape,
Nichols
but not an album.
Because I want volumes of it, and I want to take niggas beats and just for it, make it for Detroit.
Right.
I want to make the platform just like these young niggas do. I'm gonna follow their blueprint on just making a statement and making a platform specifically for mature artists. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit because it's a high demand. A nigga that's in jail right now in prison, believe me, because I talk to niggas in prison. Nigga that's in prison that's 40 years old doing a 10-year bid don't want to hear about club shit and doing drugs or the whole guy. Maybe once in a while, but
not through the whole tape.
Not through the whole bid. They want to hear some shit that's gonna get them through the bid. And you don't hear that no more, man. You know what I'm saying? And hip hop is old enough.
I think it would be fair to say music lacks substance.
You gotta go to certain artists for that type of shit, man. It ain't, that shit don't exist like that. Niggas ain't really on no real shit. It's like nah. The art, like if you put it into a frame of mind, it's like the artist that you listening to now. It's like the bitch that you fucking. That's her son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's her son. He out here on some wild shit. This his story. And whoop-de-whoop, like, my nigga, like, everybody got a story, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be entertained. Don't get it fucked up. Because I'm Cean Murq. I represent Murq Music. I got young artists that I fuck with. I got young artists that I done brought from that was children and brought them motherfuckers up in the music. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, what my nigga G is saying is on a whole nother trip, and I can totally feel that shit. Because I've been in situations where I didn't want to hear a motherfucker that was 17 entertaining my bitch. And the simple fact that my bitch was sitting up there being entertained by a nigga that was 17 was really like appalling to me. Like, what type of bitches am I fucking with? I'm saying, oh God, like, bro, like, do you know who this nigga is? You praising me cause I'm this type of nigga, but this nigga put us in the same room. He's not the same person. You understand what I'm saying?
Make you look at what type of level the bitch on.
You totally being entertained by a kid, cause I'm an older nigga. I'm a real motherfucking man. I have a whole story, a whole life. So it's like, seeing you being entertained by some shit like this is just totally disrespecting my life, because this is a child. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? But I'm not taking nothing away from that, because that child, that nigga, that same nigga I'm talking about, he got his story. You dig what I'm saying? But at the same time, the bitches don't even got shit to listen to. You dig what I'm saying? You can't even get them a grown man talking about some sexy shit on some shit because they listening to kids talking about sexy shit. These same kids is talking to your daughter and you at the same time. Bitch, what is you talking about?
Damn,
like, keep it real.
That was an excellent way to break that shit down.
Keep it real.
It's like it's no growth, you know what I'm saying?
Like you said, sometimes I can listen to that shit, I can hear that shit. You know what I mean? But I can't just consistently hear that shit. That's why I gotta go back to 90s or something like that, because
Go back
because
to what
I'm
you
in
were
the
saying
music,
about not having a platform.
that's what I was about to say. Because I'm in the music game, I listen to Cushington, Belly Cushington. I listen to niggas that niggas ain't listening to because I fuck with music. But I also
in my playlist.
Yeah, that nigga is dope. I don't give a fuck with
Belly Gang
none of y'all niggas.
Shout out
That
to Belly
nigga is
Gang.
hard.
Yeah, that nigga hard.
And
But that's my thing.
Like, on God, like when I think about my music, like listen, I wasn't even up on Belly Gang. Slapz and Trapz put me up on Belly Gang. So shout out Slapz and Trapz, you know what I'm saying?
United put me up on it. Shout out to
You
United.
know what I'm saying? But at the same time, once I heard it, it was already there with me. He just put it in another word because that's his experience. We got the same experiences. You dig what I'm saying? Come from two different times. So that's why the respect is there. You dig what I'm saying? The same way Dog had to take showers at the truck stop. I had to, you dig what I'm saying?
That was the realest shit.
That was the realest shit,
Is
man.
that real? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't take showers, but when I had the opportunity, got the fiend to buy me a room because I was too young. You understand? Got me the fiend to buy me a room so I could go take a shower.
That shit about
and then
that
shoot
Motel
right back
6
to the
nigga.
spot.
I was like,
You understand what I'm saying? Right, because that's what we was doing. Exactly. That's what we was doing because I wasn't in the mother.
Legend.
I was in the courtyard. You understand what I'm saying? That's just throw it out there and Michigan in. Just to throw it out there. You dig what I'm saying? That's why it's all respect to his rap. You understand? When you got the cab company working for you. You dig what I'm saying? Where I can park my car in the parking lot and I got the cab company to shoot my motherfucking routes for me. You understand what I'm saying? That's real talk. When I hear a nigga talk like that, I can understand that part of the game because I done been through that and I can just talk about it now. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody can't talk about it now because some people, if they hear them type of stories, you gotta be behind them fences. You feel what I'm saying? And if you ain't behind them fences, can't nobody tell you nothing real like that, bro. You feel me? That's what make real rap to me. That's what make grown man rap to me. You feel me? Like I'm not gonna put Belly Gang in the class to be like he one of them young niggas just talk a bunch of shit. Belly Gang gotta be up in my class. You dig what I'm saying?
That's Belly
He gotta
Gang
be up in the
cushions.
OG class. You see what I'm saying? That's all I want. That's all I'm saying. Like Payroll. When I listen to Payroll, because I know we've been listening to Dog since he was a kid. You feel what I'm saying? But you cannot listen to Payroll now and not say respect to this grown ass motherfucking man. You can't do that. If you
earned
can't,
his way.
you just
still putting it down, but he getting
All
better
of them,
with time.
To me, man,
you know what I'm saying?
To me, all of them Detroit niggas, because I ain't gonna lie, man, I really didn't like the way they was coming out, but they made me earn their respect, man. Them niggas made a fucking lane out of nowhere. All them niggas did. And they was all working together. And initially, they was all working together like, fuck y'all niggas, man.
Man, it's like when you said ain't nobody believing them niggas. They show niggas prove niggas wrong.
Niggas wrong.
Now everybody jocking them niggas because they doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
They made their own lane, nigga. But now, in the meantime, they getting, to me, they getting out of control, though. And that's how a beef would start between street niggas and lyricists in Detroit, because you got niggas that can spit that's not on, because you got niggas that's gatekeepers that can put them on, but they probably don't even know they can put them on. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no lyricists that's accessible.
Why I say they need to start letting more different
listen,
genres
it's no
of
lyrics.
bro.
It's no
more to our
lyricists
rappers
in
than just
Detroit that's accessible, that's getting money here. It's nobody. So that's why you could have Vezo or somebody like that say something like, niggas in the hood ain't listening to Eminem. Nah, niggas with jobs is listening to Eminem. It's a different type of Eminem talking to a different market. He ain't talking to street niggas. He talking to another class of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
People that got a different respect for the craft than you do.
Exactly. Yeah. But the reason why he could say that is because it ain't no street lyricist.
And they got a respect for money.
Now, since Wine got out of jail, it's different now. Because that nigga can really spit and he can be on, he can bridge gaps between street niggas and niggas with the lyrics. See, Royce is just like
and he
straight lyrics,
so
dog.
niggas is gonna fuck with him. He believable, you know what I'm saying? And niggas respect him.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
See, like when you say Royce, like, see, we talking a difference. Like, and I don't want to, and there ain't no disrespect to everybody else is doing their thing, right? But like, let's go back to where it came from, right? So we speaking on Royce. So we gonna speak on Royce, and we gonna say this is a nigga that. No, all of the shit that's going on right now, he a part of it. He come from where we from, right? He come from where the fuck I'm from. You dig what I'm saying?
What do you mean, where you from?
From Detroit, from the hood, bro, from the block. That nigga is from the mile, bro.
He from Oak Park, fam.
Listen, what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Detroit is Detroit, bro. Okay, so when this is a difference though between Royce and Eminem. I don't have a history of Eminem on any block in Detroit where a nigga be like, yeah, Eminem on Santa Barbara, Eminem on Stoughton, Eminem on no. But Royce is a nigga that been on the block.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So this is what the fuck I'm talking about.
I consider him a Detroit,
when you say a
Detroit nigga,
yeah.
man.
But so as soon as we put like that, it's like we say a nigga from Pontiac.
I think it'd be fair to say Detroit nigga by way of Oak Park.
Because I wanna just make a sense that because that's something about Detroit that a lot of people don't know about. Like when people put it in that perspective. When we say a nigga is a Detroit nigga, we say it's because a nigga actually be here or have done did shit here. I've never classified, like I understand like niggas say Eminem is Detroit nigga, he got Detroit. But I don't classify that as that. Nobody ever told me anything about this nigga going to any school here or anything or being on any block here or anything. Yeah, he the fuck with a couple of my niggas here. He the fuck with some niggas that I know here. You know what I'm saying? That I know before D12 here. You dig what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't know Eminem from doing shit here. He ain't bought a bag of weed from me. You dig what I'm saying? He bought no pills from me, none of that shit. Any of those songs, none of that. But what I'm saying is, and this is what I'm trying to say is, when we dealing with Royce, we dealing with an artist, bro. I wouldn't even look at Royce and put Royce in the classification of anybody around this bitch. Because Royce is on another level with the music, bro. And I understand niggas got politics with dog, but I'm not talking about the politics with him. I'm talking about he's an artist.
Just from an artist perspective.
Yeah, I like so say for
instance, can't take nothing away from that nigga. Royce is a dope MC.
I praise Payroll. I fuck with him heavily, bro. But the difference is that Payroll don't go all out to do all of that type of shit. He get his message across to the niggas he trying to get to. This nigga Royce lyrically he flipping some shit like nigga. I don't know if you gonna feel it in Philly, you gonna feel it everywhere. Like when it's a nigga listening for the lyrics, bro.
Which brings me to my next question, fellas. Bro. Especially why I got both of y'all niggas here, man. Because both of y'all niggas remind me of myself so much. Y'all both older than me, you know what I'm saying. But as far as knowing good music, so let me ask you this: is it a such thing as being too lyrical? Cause you know, often the nigga might be like, that shit too lyrical, this nigga too hot. Even I done said it, I ain't gonna front, you know what I'm saying? Is there such thing as being too lyrical, or a nigga might just overdo it?
It's definitely not a thing about a nigga being too lyrical when you in the business of being lyrical. It just is what it is. It's like, nigga, I like niggas that's mild, or I like niggas that got a lot of flow. You feel what I'm saying? You like what you like. You can't.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah, everybody here different too. It might depend on your region, where you grew up at, how you was raised.
When you talk about lyrical, look at Bone, bro. Look at how Bone was just Bone. How you gonna? It's nothing you could like say lyrical. Bone does argue, right?
Yeah, they really weren't.
That's your okay. That's your opinion, but my opinion, like if I look at Bone and say, okay, boom, these niggas harmonizing, doing words and doing a whole bunch of shit, right? They lyrical than a motherfucker, right? But that's a nigga opinion. Because some niggas, like, boom, that's a nigga opinion. He say he wouldn't say Bone. I say I would say Bone.
Everybody ear different.
That's lyrical. Everybody ear different. There's nothing wrong with being too lyrical, because the same nigga that listen to J. Cole or listen to Bone, that's gonna listen to some niggas from the UK. You dig what I'm saying? It's no You know what I'm saying? No,
so you don't think it got nothing to do with like the region or nothing?
No,
like where you from?
I think the
how you
fans
was
that's
raised?
looking for that extra lyrical shit is gonna go listen to when they feel like I'm gonna listen to some lyrical shit. I'm listening to that. But guess what? Today I want to hear Master P. I just got my shit washed, bitch. I'm coming out the car wash, bitch. I'm about to bang this Master P, bitch. But tomorrow or something, I'm motherfucking blowing motherfucking dust out my motherfucking computer, taking the signs off my motherfucking shit, cleaning my shit off. Guess what, bitch? I got some goddamn Kendrick Lamar on. You feel me? Nigga gonna listen what the fuck he wanna listen to when he listen to it. Lyrics ain't got shit to do with it, man.
Me, my opinion, I can't listen to J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar. It is too lyrical for me. But that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like music got 3 different things it needs to touch, and one of the things it got to touch your soul. And Kendrick Lamar don't touch my soul. It touches my mind. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm listening to Kendrick Lamar, I'm like, damn, that's sweet. But after listening to it for 2 or 3 times, you're like, that's as far as it goes. Damn, that's sweet. But it's not really relatable. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't that shit that you like, damn.
When Tupac said, even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama, that was real simple. That wasn't lyrical. But at that time, talking about something like that made a lot of people have an understanding of what their life was. Because a lot of people was living in that type of situation. I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but it was people that could relate to that type of situation. But Biggie was rapping, you know what I'm saying? He was using metaphors, entendres, and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? That's lyrical. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So like y'all was saying earlier, everybody got their own opinion on how that shit roll. Pac wasn't lyrical. But he touched your soul. So he's still resonating with motherfuckers right now.
So do you think a nigga could still know how to rap without being lyrical? Or do it gotta strictly be just some lyrical shit? Can you be considered a hip hop artist without being lyrical?
Absolutely.
Is it a difference between hip hop and rap?
Hip hop is a culture.
If you're not lyrical, you're not a hip hop artist. You probably more like a pop artist or something like that. Like hip hop is definitely gonna deal with the very first and foremost thing that hip hop is gonna deal with is the motherfucking nigga that's talking. And if it's not lyrical, it's probably gonna end up in a different category than what hip hop is. Anything that a nigga go up there and he wrote or he spit freestyle in any type of way to any type of beat that's talking about any type of urban culture, any type of shit that we in.
So what is lyrical to you?
Lyrical? Shit, like what? Like an example? Example of what lyrical? Lyrical. An example of lyrical like an artist, right? So an example of lyrical like an artist would be like, goddamn, it's a million of them.
Just name one.
Lil Wayne.
Okay. So why would you say he is a lyrical?
Why Lil Wayne lyrical?
Yeah. Because of the wordplay, be considered a lyricist. No, because the reason why I'm asking you is because in '94, because I remember I don't remember how old I was, but in '94 I remember Bone first coming out, and the first thing I heard from Bone, because
that's lyrical too.
That's what I was about to say. To me, that wasn't lyrical. And that's what I'm trying.
It could be more than one person that's lyrical, motherfucker. It could be.
But wait a minute. The first thing that came out, I didn't even know that was rap. Them
niggas are trying to consider lyrical shit like East Coast.
They was
East Coast Center type
East
shit.
99 is where I consider lyrical
is. What I consider lyrical is
they was singing.
What I consider Lyrical is you listen
like
to
a nigga
it.
Can't rap just because
You listen to it. You don't know what's coming next, and then it all makes sense. That's what I consider lyrical. And you did it to the, like, say for instance, to me, Too Short is lyrical, bro. Right? So it's just say like Too Short is rapping on the most basic type of cadence that you could think of, right? But also Lil Wayne is lyrical. Right, so if you listen to like the Lil Wayne shit with Jay-Z and what's that shit called? I don't know. Just listen to any of it. It's lyrical to me because of the simple fact when you speaking, I'm waiting on the next part. I can't tell what it's gonna be. Boom, you done took me on a trip. I had to pay attention. When shit ain't lyrical, like whoop, there it is, right? I cannot remember one lyric in that motherfucking song, bro. Only thing I can remember is the hook. Because it's no lyrical shit in the song, bro. There's lyrical
There's nothing
shit.
that made it stand out.
Nothing. It's not, you're not thinking about it or nothing. When I listen to, like, say for instance, like, and I know because that's your opinion, I understand, no disrespect, I'm just speaking on just because. I'ma just say it, Kendrick Lamar, because a lot of people can relate to that. When I listen to Kendrick Lamar, even when I listen to his new shit, it's not gonna be what everybody gonna spit because everybody ain't living that type of shit that he talking about at that type of time and putting it in that type of point of view. But when you think about if you had to do it and you had to spit it and you had to drop it with his cadence and on the time that he did it and do all of that shit, it cannot be done. That's very lyrical. Most people can't do that. You dig what I'm saying? Even if they didn't have bread, like even if you exclude the money out of it, like say Kendrick Lamar didn't have a lot of money to go to the studio and produce a bunch of shit, he could have a simple ass beat, bro, and rap that shit because he don't need money to be himself or to create what he already got in him. He could have a simple ass beat and spit that shit over a simple ass beat. It would be extremely fucking lyrical because you gotta sit there and listen to what Dog's saying. Lyrical can also be Wu-Tang, right? But the difference is that lyrical shit played out, right? So you got different types of lyrical shit. Wu-Tang was lyrical at one point in time, and then you start understanding like that shit don't even make sense.
That shit was.
I'm gonna play the song over again and again and again, and guess what? It don't make sense. It don't apply to shit in my motherfucking life, bro. You understand? But it was lyrical.
Yeah, no.
But I'm not gonna play it no more. Yeah, I was a big Wu-Tang. I know so many Wu-Tang
even back
verses
in the
by
90s
heart.
when I was listening to them niggas back in 92.
I know so much shit by heart. Yeah, they music garbage. But here go the thing. Back in 92, I could understand that they was real niggas. Them Wu-Tang niggas come from a real place.
Yeah, I'm
just like I said in the beginning.
Them just the rappers. Them just the rappers we see. Them just the rappers we see on the videos and in the records. But guess what? It's a 10,000 of them Wu niggas. It's 10,000 of them that don't rap. That ain't got shit to do with Raekwon. None of them
chapters of them niggas.
None of them niggas.
Army niggas.
Them is some real niggas there that back in 92 and today still at that motherfucker, bro. That's real niggas. Them is just like say for instance we got Cash Out Doughboys, but it's still 1,000 goddamn or 10,000 goddamn Detroit niggas doing their thing. Who don't got no name? Them Wu-Tang niggas, them niggas been there.
They just can't rap. That's
they
all
never really went nowhere. Them niggas just went back underground.
I'm just saying they can't rap.
I'm just saying, bro.
Even back in a lot
of people don't know that.
Think about this.
You talking about the rappers?
No, that's gonna draw
Wu-Tang came out. When
you say that, you know that's gonna bring a lot of criticism.
Wu-Tang come out?
You say them niggas can't rap. You know, it's a lot of Wu-Tang lovers out here that's gonna beg to differ when you say them niggas can't rap.
Yeah, good. Everybody got their opinion. That's Dog's opinion. They can't hate on Dog about this.
No, you right. Everybody trying to say anything. I'm just saying, though, you know.
What year did Wu-Tang come out?
Shit.
About 92.
90s, yeah.
Now, okay.
Never Take Your Neck came out 92.
92. Now, think about this, what was coming out.
That's the first time I heard it.
The Chronic first came out, right? Wait.
No, because you already going left. Listen what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not going
You're
left.
talking about the rappers. Wu-Tang is a bunch of niggas beyond them rappers that you're talking about. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a whole block. Like, say for instance, you talk about D Block, right? D Block ain't because he just Jada Kiss and goddamn some niggas that you heard rapping saying D Block. It's niggas that's D Block that don't rap, that ain't got shit to do with rap. That's what I'm trying to say.
Like they man, Super Mario.
They already there, bro. This shit is documented, bro. It's already out there. These things, the Wu-Tang,
Well,
like all that
one in every
PLO
crew with some niggas who don't
style.
rap.
You know how Method Man got this shit PLO style. I know what I'm yeah. That's some real shit that got real history. That's real Wu shit that ain't got shit to do with. You see what I'm saying? It's more than that. These are just the niggas that bring it to the forefront. But they got niggas. This is 10 niggas, 11 niggas, 12 niggas, 8 niggas. But these,
I'm just saying, listen,
but that you see at a time. But behind them, they got 1,000 niggas, bro. They all rap that same shit. They don't rap. They don't give a fuck about music, nigga. Them niggas grew up hustlers, just like we got the 50 boys and all that shit. Hustlers from back in our days and shit. Them niggas got that shit. You go back in '92, you gonna find goddamn Wu niggas on Staten Island hustling, holding down blocks and shit like that, bro. They got that shit, bro. That's all I'm saying. So we can't look at everything like because we heard Method Man say some shit. Niggas is this and that. Like what? That's Method Man. Method Man got 1,100 niggas behind him. Then goddamn Ray got niggas behind him. These niggas is real killers. Like you gotta look at that. Like look at that shit.
There's real killers everywhere.
I'm
serious,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
I'm serious, bro.
We strictly I'm saying from a music perspective, because if that's the case,
I'm saying in '92. This was all I'm saying. In '92, The Chronic came out. Case closed. That's probably why I really didn't
killed the game.
I didn't know that much about Wu-Tang because The Chronic came out. When I heard that shit, I was 16 years old.
It was over, man. You know it when The Chronic came out.
I didn't know how many killers.
Shit,
right, I didn't know how many killers.
Because I wasn't living that Wu shit.
I know them niggas was talking about.
Ain't no disrespect to them niggas. It's just everybody can't relate to niggas, man. Like I said, I think it got a lot to do with region and where you come from.
I ain't gonna say disrespect, but that shit
happened. West niggas, man. Niggas, that just wasn't me, nigga.
When The Chronic came out, it was already there. Like, damn, that's already what the fuck we was doing. Either we was selling weed.
Listen, think about this.
Even if it wasn't what the fuck you was doing, you knew that shit was dope, nigga. When you heard the motherfucking Chronic,
took over the game because you had DOC, you had Above the Law. Think about by '92, before The Chronic even came out,
was already
Above the Law, DJ Quick, MCA. E40, Too Short, all of them niggas was already out.
Shout out to DJ Quick on that. Just
for a minute.
Then The Chronic came out.
That was a bad motherfucker.
Too Short been on since like '84.
Now, and I think that's when the West Coast, the East Coast and West Coast shit started getting tense.
They said he got out the
niggas started throwing jabs and shit.
Because the East Coast was coming out with songs. Nikki D, shout out to Nikki D on the Sway Show. She was like, all Glocks down.
Nah, that was Heather B.
Heather B, yep, on the Sway Show. She came out with a song called All Glocks Down.
I remember that. That was
and
95.
then Main Source came out with a song, I'm looking at the front door. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Hey, I remember that.
And they was like, that shit was number one. I was like, what?
Wait.
I was like,
stop.
Damn, they was like, that shit was number one.
Stop. Hold on. Who made that song right there?
Main Source.
Yeah,
who the fuck is that nigga? That's a nigga?
That's a group. That's what I'm saying. They was from the East Coast.
Hold on. Let me say something because
the East Coast was hating on the West Coast so bad back then.
Let me tell y'all something. Listen, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Main Source. Woo. Right? This shit used to play on the New Dance Show, right? Every time that shit came on, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. That shit was garbage, bro. I was a kid when I heard that shit, and it was fucking trash, bro. It was trash, and I couldn't believe it. But I said the bitches dancing to it and all that shit. But I just want to let y'all know, every time I hear that shit, I laugh, bro. I laugh.
It is what it is. Everybody different. Shit, fuck them. It is. Slapz the Trap Show. Y'all niggas will be alright.
I'm
know what I'm
looking
saying?
at the front door.
That ain't taking
Your
nothing from
bitch ass
nobody.
ready to
But
run.
shit, niggas was hating on the
Bitch.
West Coast. Shit, it is
Bitch,
what it
'cause you
is.
ready to run.
It ain't
Hey,
even just
listen.
the West Coast. Anything that
No,
wasn't
no,
East
listen.
Coast, niggas was hating on that shit.
Listen,
They just call it what the fuck
wait,
it was.
wait,
Now
wait,
later
wait,
on down the line, niggas started fucking with niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, it wasn't about hating.
I'm right there in the front
The
door.
East
anywhere
Coast
I'm at.
just was
That's why I'm
garbage.
Them niggas was just making better
Look, we
music.
not running.
Listen. The East Coast was just garbage back then, dog.
I'm
LL
looking at the front
Cool J came out with an album
There's a few
called
niggas,
16
LL.
Remember,
Run
LL came
DMC.
out with an album called 16 Shots to the Dome.
14.
The whole name.
14
shots. Oh, my bad.
Cool J. It was
This
not
nigga
gonna
was
stand the
came
test
from
of
I
time,
Need
bro.
Love to 14
No, I'm a
Shots to the
motherfucking hip hop
Dome, nigga.
historian, nigga. I
Then
remember all that shit,
Run
nigga.
DMC tried to outdo. They was like, we gonna outdo NWA. They had came down with the king.
That shit
Down
flopped.
with the
That was
king.
their first flop.
Run DMC outdo NWA.
Yeah, nigga. NWA went platinum. You gotta understand, dog. Run DMC was only going gold. NWA came out.
Who was on first? Run DMC?
That's like,
Huh?
Who was on first? Run DMC was on first before NWA?
Yeah.
hey, y'all had Kid and Play, bro. Do you understand that type of shit? Y'all had Kid and Play, bro.
It just seemed like the
I
East
just wanted
Coast
to
was
put
based
that out.
around
Then
all
nigga
that
was
dancing
like,
and
play
shit.
makes it great a hot top
Hey,
fade. It's
I
not
don't
my
give a
trademark
fuck.
when I get loose
Y'all
in
had
the dark.
Kid and Play, bro.
God
you understand
damn,
this shit?
dog.
But at the
was
same
crazy.
time, y'all gonna say
The West Coast
y'all
was
had
fading
Kid
them
and Play
niggas
out
so
this
bad.
bitch.
That shit was terrible.
Kid and Play
man.
made all this motherfucking money, right? But y'all gonna tell me that it's a time right now in the motherfucking future where anybody can do anything and that nobody want to pay respect to the older niggas? Are you fucking serious? Fuck out of
That's
here.
crazy.
But y'all was out here dancing to Kid and Play, nigga.
It just seemed like them East
You know,
Coast niggas was based all
when you
around that
said
dancing
Dope
and
Fiend
shit.
slumped up
Cali
everybody
niggas,
goddamn
Midwest
story, what
niggas,
that nigga
South
got
niggas,
on, bro?
anybody that wasn't the East Coast niggas, it was more reality
nigga
based.
dressed like Kid and Play. All these nigga fucking fiends, man. All the high top, all that shit.
It just seemed like all that East Coast shit. If a nigga wasn't yelling their projects out in every fucking song, it was about all that dancing ass shit. You know what I'm saying? All the rest of the world was more reality based, more reality driven.
I'm just
You know what I'm
saying,
saying?
bro.
Especially
listen.
Cali. Then Cali
Y'all
had
don't
all
give
that
a nigga
gang
a
shit.
turn,
So
like when you look
it was
at
a
the
different type of
history-
realness with all that gang
When
shit.
you look at the history in hip hop, bro, and it's like you could tell how much shit was put together. Like when you look at shit like Kid and Play, bro. Like when I look at that era in hip hop, I just be like, how did this shit stick and float so goddamn
But
long?
you gotta
Like,
think of the time.
where
The
was-
time was
that's what I'm saying. Where
Niggas'
was
mind
we
frame was
at
slow.
that time? That
We
Kid
wasn't listening to that shit no more. That was good, like on a movie or something. We was listening to NWA and Eazy-E.
Once NWA and Eazy-E came out, it was over, man. That's just
Eazy-E
what it
dropped
all
about
boiled down
87.
to.
That's when that Kid and Play.
Because it made everybody have to
out.
step their game up. Even if you wasn't
Then
on that shit, you had to
NWA
step
straight
your
out
game up in order to
dropped in
survive in this
89,
shit.
dog. Then after NWA dropped, it wasn't no more East Coast. Who was listening to Kid and Play after? By the time
That's
the Chronic,
but you
the Chronic dropped
There
in
was a lot of
92.
niggas
But
listen
y'all
to them
feel
niggas
what
on
I'm
the
just
East
saying.
Coast.
Wait a
I'm
minute,
just trying to see if
We
y'all
wasn't
feel what I'm
listening to that
saying.
shit. What
though.
I'm saying, like,
I'm
East
just
Coast
trying to
niggas
see if
was
y'all
still
feel what
listening
I'm
to
saying.
that
We
shit.
talking
Niggas
about
wasn't even listening
we
to
talking
that
about
shit.
the history of hip hop and how that shit going. Like, how did Kid and Play stick? I hear what you saying, because it was
wasn't nothing else to
we did have the
listen
West
to.
Coast popping. No, like you say, the West Coast was popping. Dude, that shit stuck, bro. Them niggas did.
Because them
they
niggas
did
wasn't
a video,
commercial.
They did
them
a
niggas
video.
wasn't commercial,
They
fam.
was
Once
super
We Won
commercial
Easy
'cause they
came
was
out, it
doing
was
Pepsi.
over.
Them niggas doing all type of goddamn sponsorships, nigga.
Yeah,
they had
but-
2 or 3 movies. And
got-
what I'm saying is, like, where was we as a culture at that
Nah, I
point
take
in
that
life?
back.
At
Once
that
Dope
point in
Man
life,
came out, it
when
was
Kid and
over.
Play got
We
that
was
much
selling
goddamn
crack,
The
dog.
NWA
Listen,
Dope
let
Man.
me tell you, Kid and Play faded out. And if you go back in your mind state in 90, 91, dog, DOC, NWA, Above the
Man,
Law,
that's all I was playing. But I'm saying, it
listen,
was
wait a minute,
other
wait a
shit.
That's my
minute.
nigga
It
right
wasn't no
there, nigga.
Kid.
You know, I'm
Kid
a
and Play
big
was like
Sebo
if you
fan,
ran into
nigga.
a college bitch, you riding around, you ran into a college bitch, you might play some Kid and Play so you don't scare that bitch off.
Especially
You hear me?
at that time, I could tell you about any and all things West Coast.
Yeah,
Nigga, I
but dog,
still
it wasn't
can to
nothing.
this day.
Dog,
You know what I'm
just
saying?
think,
But
right
nigga-
after NWA dropped, DOC was on NWA album.
I I ain't never fuck with that type of shit. Like I was always playing like.
And DLC held right.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Finally came out of
After all of that, the Bud Law, DJ Quick, MTA, the Chronic dropped.
I'm trying to think who. I wasn't playing nobody. Oh, yes, I was on the East Coast. I was playing Nas. I was playing Jay-Z. I was playing.
That was in '96.
Okay, so before then,
later down the line, that's when the bar had been raised by then. You know
when NWA dropped in the Chronic.
Oh, when NWA dropped.
That's what I'm saying. That was later down the line. I'm talking about before. That's when the bar had been raised by then.
Like between 89 and 95.
Prior to the bar being raised. You know, I'm talking like the Hola A era and shit.
Tupac too. Yep, in the South, Ghetto Boys,
Scarface, Ghetto Boys, all that shit. You wasn't listening to
They took an L, bro.
See, bro.
They took an L for about 5-6 years.
Bro, they still an L. What the fuck are you talking about? That's what I'm saying. They started, but they took an L, and that L kept rolling, bro, because it went through everywhere else, bro.
Stopped. Jay-Z stopped it, and then Diplomat stopped it.
Never. Well, I was locked up, so I wasn't. So like, yeah. So
Dipset had this.
Just say like,
they had niggas. You see young niggas wearing pink shirts.
Nah, really, Jay-Z started that shit. Then DMX.
Let's say from 2001 to 2007.
And you gotta give it to Styles and Kids and that shit in between too. LOX. You know what I'm saying?
From 2001 to 2007, I don't know shit because I wasn't here.
That nigga Jada Kiss is an incredible MC.
I can't speak on that.
That's around the time like Diplomats came in 2000. Like
2003.
Yeah, I was gone.
All the mixtapes and shit started dropping like 2000 into 2002,
and
2003.
Santana nigga was harder than Lil Wayne.
I was fucking with Fabulous too. I ain't gonna.
I remember that shit because that Diplomatic Music came out on my birthday. The same day my nigga DK died. Rest in peace, DK.
All the Desert Storm shit. Was that Clue?
Yeah, Desert Storm was cool.
When he was dropping all that Fabulous mixtape shit back in the day,
that was Desert Storm.
I was fucking with that. Now I don't know what year that was.
Shout out Fab.
You feel what I'm saying?
No, you talking about 97, 98,
East Coast,
98. Fab came around about 98.
Had some gems, but they gems.
I remember exactly when that shit was. Fab came on the scene in 98. If you was in New York, you heard him around 97.
You had the South, you had the West Coast.
That's it.
No, you had Philly. You had Philly because you had Cassidy. You had goddamn.
Cassidy and them came out after.
That's later down the line.
I'm talking about between. Hold on. Between 80.
Let's get the air restraint so we don't throw the fans and we don't throw the people off. We talk about the Ola 8 era. We talking about the.
I'm talking about 80.
We talking about 85 to about 96, about 88 to 96.
With All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli in 95. Alone that was killing the whole East Coast by itself.
96.
Wait a minute.
Me Against the World came out 95. Machiavelli and All Eyes on Me came out 96. When DJ
Quick first album dropped, you gotta think about it. Who on the East Coast was you listening to? DJ Quick album dropped like in 94.
94.
His first album. So who was you listening to on the East Coast?
On the East Coast,
it wasn't nobody.
Nah, that was 92. That Quick is the name.
Yeah,
Nas.
96.
I was listening to Nas.
Yeah,
Nas
96.
I Am.
What DJ Quick you talking about? That Quick is the name? That was 92.
I wasn't listening to goddamn DJ Quick.
Yeah.
At all.
And Safe and Sound came out in 94.
At all. Like in 96, I was listening.
What was that tape with Just Like Compton and all? That was Safe and Sound, wasn't
it? Yeah.
No, that was Way Too Funky.
Oh,
way too funky.
Was hard as hell.
That was 94.
That
Just Like Compton and all that shit. Hell yeah. West Coast mob shit.
Yeah, I
ain't never listened.
Finally got the motherfucking CPT.
Nas ain't garbage. Nas one of the.
It was the Too Much Hard shit at that time. MC8, nigga, that we come strap. That motherfucking man, South Central Cartel, Murder Squad. The East Coast stepped it the fuck up though, cause shit like this nigga said about 96, 97 on out shit. Jay-Z came out with that Volume 1, whatever that with that imaginary player and all that shit.
You could listen
it was
to
a rap,
on the
nigga.
East, but it wasn't many. And then when that nigga Pac got out the hospital, bro, and then hit him up, bro, it was pretty much like, bro, why I'm listening to Mobb Deep for? Cause I had Mobb Deep shit too. Mobb Deep helped me get through a bit, bro. I know certain verses.
I like Mobb Deep, man. Mobb Deep was alright, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know certain verses by heart.
That nigga Jay-Z got them niggas together when that nigga put that nigga on that screen.
I ain't gonna lie, I was West Coast out. Mobb Deep, I ain't listening to none of them niggas. But between like 88,
should have been listening.
Like between 88 and like 95, I ain't listening to no East Coast.
Cause Mobb Deep, that's some more real shit that go beyond rap, bro. That shit is really embedded in they hood.
Mobb Deep hardest tape was that infamous to me, man.
Than just,
that shit was.
It's more niggas than just the niggas that you hear on the motherfucking. Nah, man.
You gotta think about. Okay, well, my mind state. Let me say this. My mind state when E40 album first dropped, like the first practice looking hard when I
heard a lot of dope shit came out 95 too from the West Coast.
It was just them niggas was so different because I heard all of that. Mobb Deep had E40 came out before Mobb Deep. Wait a minute.
Because I actually went to New York though and spent time in Brooklyn and Manhattan and shit like that. Like maybe and Queens. Like maybe it's because I actually been around that I could probably feel more of when I heard them niggas going. You know what I'm saying? And then that's the difference. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with the shit you talking about too. But
I'm just saying. Wait a minute. I'm saying like this.
The East Coast because
when I'm listening to what that nigga say when that nigga say I'm riding in my hoopty like it's a Benz. Pac say that shit on one of his songs. It wasn't
that was straight baller, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't no.
Hoopty, but I'm riding it like it's a Benz.
Niggas was talking about drinking Moet and shit like that. We was riding in basic rentals back in the days, man. And we used to ride in basic rentals like it was a Benz. Because nigga, I be 16, 17, riding in a grown man motherfucking car at a young ass motherfucking age, dog.
Yeah, straight on the scrum.
Yeah, I'm straight.
What that got to do with what we talking about?
What it got to do with what we talking about is it wasn't no gang being like the Mobb Deep and all of them motherfuckers wasn't relying no gang. Like nigga, all the whole West Coast
had game.
What was they talking about?
Shit, what you
man,
what was the game?
Game from an East Coast perspective, man.
Dog?
It wasn't no game that a nigga can relate to from Detroit,
bro. That's just like if you go to Brazil, bro. If you go to Brazil right now, it's niggas in Brazil that live a life, bro. And it's like, it might not be the life you live, but them niggas live a real motherfucking life. And it's like, oh, them niggas ain't talking about shit cause that ain't how it is where we at. But that shit you will live or die where the fuck, where them niggas at.
No, I understand. Yeah, I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, I understand that part. I ain't talking about that.
But just like everybody else, them niggas too got niggas from they hood, bro, that's really them niggas. Mm-hmm. The rappers hold the name of respectfully from everywhere they come from. So just like, say for instance, if we become 1,000 niggas deep, right? Mm-hmm. And then we get a little nigga or 2 little niggas or 3 little niggas in a group or something, whatever, one nigga in a group, and he come out and he say Sovereign King. We already 1,000 niggas deep, but he is already Sovereign Kings because it's 10,000 niggas or 100,000 niggas that fuck with him and they see him and he's the face of it, or him and his 2 or 3 homeboys. But guess what? It's 1,000 niggas behind him. It's been the Sovereign King started nigga back in goddamn 2008. You feel me? Y'all listening to this shit in 2028. You feel what I'm saying? But it's a nigga repping this bitch strong and this bitch is getting the notoriety and the money. Everybody gonna look at this nigga and say he's Sovereign King. This is where Sovereign King started from. Like, no, he representing the whole shit. A lot of these rappers, when we listen to who they is and where the fuck they come from, they already come from somewhere that's been established for 1,000 years, 100 years. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas come from hoods. I'm from 6 Mile. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not when I come out rapping, I blow up like boom. I'm everything 6 Mile now. No, 6 Mile had already been there. You a 6 Mile nigga. But you got different things you do, like, cause I do too. I've never been in the 6 Mile gang. I just make a lot of money and all my people, this is where I was born from, like this is where I'm at. I'm a 6 Mile nigga. these rappers we talking about, bro, they already come from shit that's already been out here before they even had shit to do with it.
And ladies and gentlemen, you tuned into the Slapz and Trapz radio podcast. Honest conversation. Cean Murq, G Unitas in the motherfucking building. You know what I'm saying?
You're tuned into Slapz and Trapz radio.
It's gonna be some niggas like
if
we talk about the Wu-Tang, right? It's gonna be some niggas that's in the Wu-Tang that got cases and murders or blase or business going on. Raekwon don't know about. RZA don't know because they can't. Them niggas, these niggas was in Wu for them niggas. They repping where the fuck they come from. Go ask somebody.
It's the Slapz.
We gon' hit you with
and Trapz radio podcast.
Let's get it.
Powered by the Slap God, C. Austin, the DJ.